Ready? Peter Nelson here with another tip on the Hobie 16. This time we're going to talk about lacing the trampoline. Now this is the first time I'm getting my boat out from winter storage. I'm up here in Seattle. We don't race during the winter, so just getting the boat out. And one thing I did do is I loosened the tram during the winter. That way it's not putting stress on everything and stretching it out and doing all this. So, and when I'm lacing the tramp, I start at the back. I want to tension the back first, and then I'm going to get the center. The other thing I've done, if you haven't already, is I've double grommeted. Actually, I think it came this way. There's a double set of grommets. And if you've got your grommets are about that far apart, I highly encourage you to get a second set of grommets and install them. Any of the Hobie suppliers, they have Hobie grommet kits. You can install them pretty easy to do, and it's inexpensive, and it really tightens up the trampoline and makes for a major speed improvement because the whole boat is rigid and it's not just flopping around as it goes through waves and stuff. So double grommets, especially down, well, on both the back and the middle, is a key element. Now I want to point out to you, I picked this up from Mark Moderman. A lot of times I used to go from this grommet around to this grommet, then over here and back. It was all messed up. But it's okay, you can go around the rear crossbar. There's nothing stopping you. And now, notice how the angle of this is always in, and that's where I want the pressure to be going on the trampoline. Now, I've already done the starboard side. And to give you an idea of how tight I got it, I mean, you can see how much distance there is here and how much there is right now. So that I've moved that in about an inch or so, and you can see how tight that is. And I haven't even done the middle lacing yet. One of the things I noticed is that last year I didn't string my lacing right, and there is a way to string it, especially on the back. And I'm going to be pulling on these. So I had it strung this way, and now I'm lacing it this way. That way I've got something I can pull on, and I got a better purchase to make it tighter. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to start in the back, and I want to slide this panel as far back as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reef on this thing, and you can see how that just goes back. That's going to set up the rest of my lacing. And a lot of people, they use tools and stuff like that. And I just use the two tools that God gave me, my bare hands, and yeah, they hurt after a while, but I don't care. It's, maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment. But anyhow, I'm just gonna tighten that up as much as I can. Now here it gets a little trickier because the two are closer. And you can see what's going on here. You see how that means I'm stretching the mesh. Mesh tramps will stretch a lot easier than a vinyl tramp, a solid vinyl one. So, and that's why we like them. One reason why we like mesh tramps. Another reason is because they let the wind go through it. And there's nothing like being double trapped in 20 knots of breeze. You go into attack, your crew comes a little too far back, or you come a little too far back, and the boat blows over backwards because the wind caught the tramp. Now, if that's ever happened to you, that would be a good reason to think about a mesh tramp. But I'm just going to go through here, and when you get to the middle, you see here I can get some leverage, and And I'll tell you, tight, you get it as tight as you possibly can. I'd like to say the one with the tightest tramp wins. That's not the case, but this is a real cheap way to increase your speed. If you're sailing around with a loose one, then you got problems. Now you can see some puckering in here. That's all going to come out when I do the center lacing, and so I don't worry about that. And so I'm just going to keep coming down here like that. Right. Do that like that. All right. And now I'm going to finish this off by going back on itself again. Up and over like that. I'm going to do that a second time. Whoops. Going to come down here. Oh, I still have one back here. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to use that hole or not. Well, I'll figure that out here in a little bit. I might, because it might help bring there. So maybe I do. Maybe I'll come in here just to pull it in a little bit. Like that. And yeah, and I'll do that to this other side too. Just to help pull it in and kind of anchor it. And then I don't just tie 2 1/2 inches, I tie 3 1/2 inches on my lacing. And you may notice also, I'm not using really thick line, all right? It's thin, it's got a Dyneema core to it. It's got a Dyneema core that you can't see in there, and then it's got a cover on it. The cover gives me what they call in rigging good hand. That means that I can pull on this sucker, and it's not just sliding through my hand, and it doesn't hurt quite as bad as you might otherwise. So I get 3 1/2 inches in there. And tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll just lace this back through there. But for now, that's good. And now I've got myself a nice tight one, and I just have the center lacing to do. Thanks for watching.